All right, lucky for you guys, it's like 8 o'clock, so I don't have time to make longer than a 15-minute video. Isn't that good? So we are going to look at solving systems of equations with substitution. We did graphing this week, and next week we're just doing this one assignment. It's gonna take a while, but once you get it, you will get it. You plug in, but you write this down, finish your progress check, which is quiz 4-1, then you write this down. Systems of equations with substitution. And that's the title. Have that down. And here's our first one. All right, so the first thing I do is I identify standard form, slope, intercept. Okay, that's our first success criteria, just like graphing. So I'm just going to write standard form. This is in standard form. You should know that. What's this one? You should know this is in slope intercept form. Slope intercept. Okay, so can we do that? Can we abbreviate standard with ST and slope intercept form with SI? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to circle the mx plus b part, in this case just the mx of the slope intercept, and we're going to label these as 1 and 2, just like I did in the last video. 1, 2. We are going to substitute the mx plus b part into the first equation. In the solutions to equations, we substituted numbers. Now we're going to substitute expressions. Okay, so you see how this says, here we go. So this says y equals 7x. Y equals 7x. Okay, so that means that where we see the y right here, I'm going to write equation 1 again. Check this out. I am not going to write y because I know that y is equivalent to 7x. So in place of y, I'm going to substitute, just like we did with numbers, I'm going to substitute 7x because y equals 7x. So where equation 1 was negative 5x plus 2y equals 9, I have substituted 7x because y equals 7x. And then what does that do? That makes both terms have only an x. There's only one letter now. So we can solve it nice and easy, okay? So what do? We got to simplify on the right side. 2 times 7 is 14. So now I'm just doing that one simplification, bringing everything else down, and I have negative 5x plus 14x. What is that? We can combine those like terms. That would be 9x equals 9. All right, divide both sides to solve that one-step equation, and we get 1. Now we know x equals 1. So we can take that and we can rewrite equation 2, which was y equals 7x. You should know that by now. And instead of x, I can write 1 because I know x equals 1. So 7 times 1 is 7. It means y is 7. Pretty nifty, right? Don't worry, I'm going to write the success criteria down. I know all the success criteria should. Okay, so I can identify slope, intercept, and standard form. I can identify the mx plus b in slope intercept form. I can substitute the mx plus b into a standard form for y. We can also, there will be, I'm gonna add another success criteria. You might see it might be like my plus b if you have x equals, if they just switch the x and y, so that could happen, my plus b. Don't worry about that. I mean, it could happen, I'm just saying. And then I can use distributed property to simplify. I can combine like terms. I can solve a one-step equation. I can substitute a value into second equation and simplify. All right, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8-step, 8 criteria. I mean, really 7. I added an extra one, and there might even be another detail. But guess what? Once you do it over and over, then it becomes not too bad, and nothing's really new. So that's another thing about it. Okay, so even all this stuff is all stuff you've done before. Well, okay, except for substituting a variable. That's right. All right, so let's do this again. So this is our standard form. Again, at the top, slope-intercept form at the bottom. I've identified. I'm going to circle the mx plus b part. And just as I thought, they did a my plus b, my plus b. It's not going to phase me, okay? It's not going to phase me. I'm going to write that top equation again. And I'm not going to be phased, okay? I see that as x equals, so that means I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take that. Instead of x, I'm going to write 3y plus 1. So 3 times 3y plus 1. Notice I did not write the x when I substituted 3y plus 1. There's no x there anymore. A lot of people still write the x. We're not going to do that. We are not writing the x. Okay. So then now we're going to distribute. So 9y plus 3 plus 4y equals negative 23. Now we're going to combine our like terms, which is 13y plus 3. Oh, did I say solve a one-step equation? This is a two-step equation, but it's not one we can't solve. We're going to put our variables on the left, numbers on the right, over the line, switch the sign. So that's negative 23 minus 3, just negative 26. Divide by 13, and y equals negative 2. And so now I'm going to write that. Oh, I didn't label my equations 1 and 2. So I did all that work with equation 1. Now I'm going to rewrite equation 2, x equals 3y plus 1. But I'm going to take and put in negative 2. So 3 times negative 2 plus 1, because I know y equals negative 2. And 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 plus 1. And that would be negative 5, which is our x. X equals. All right, so that would be negative 5. So let's try it out. Negative 5 for x, negative 2 for y. It works. And it's only an 8-minute video. It'd be too speedy about it, but okay, you got the success criteria, you got 2 separate examples, and now it's time for you to try and put any questions you're still stuck on in the organizer, but you may be able to get 100% now. So let's go.